Coming out for the official press conference for Maximum Fighting Championships MFC 30, up close and personal. We're very excited about Friday night's card. I know Mark's been doing a lot of interviews of late talking about the excitement level of this show. Without a doubt, our most action-packed card ever. With the quality of these fighters and what these fighters bring, I think more than anybody else, is that they have that sense of responsibility and duty to the fans to put on an exciting show. And that's why they're here, and that's why these guys will be with the Maximum Fighting Championship for a long time. What I'd like to do first is introduce all of the fighters who are seated up here at the front. First, starting on my far left, is one of Edmonton's brand new sensations, first time out in the Maximum Fighting Championship, and I know he's very eager to put on an impressive performance for everybody. This is Mukai Marama. Next to Mukai, guy that is probably, I like to call him one of the most colorful veterans in all of mixed martial arts. He's certainly an outstanding coach and an outstanding fighter. He's here for one of the, probably without a doubt, the most anticipated rematch in the MFC's history. Now fighting out of Centennial, Colorado, you'll recognize him from Bully Beatdown, Thomas Wildman Denny. Next to Thomas is, again, one of our outstanding veteran fighters. He is the holder of the 2009 Maximum Fighting Championship Knockout of the Year. And again, just an absolute fan favorite. He shows up every time to put in an outstanding performance. The secret weapon, Pete Spratt. And next to Pete, I think 1 or 2 shows ago, Mark had dubbed him as the submission savant. He is world-class submission artist, and again, one of the most outstanding, exciting fighters. He is one of the preeminent 155ers on the planet today, Drew Fickett. On my far right, I gotta give him a hard time because that's just what I do. He is Edmonton's only surfer, I believe. And a guy that has really developed into one of the biggest fan favorites in the MFC history. He's from right here in Edmonton, Sheldon Westcott. Next to Sheldon, this guy joined the Maximum Fighting Championships at our last show at Caesars Windsor. He is without a doubt one of the top strikers in all of MMA, an outstanding representative, a true professional of the sport. We would like to welcome for the first time to Edmonton and back to the MFC, Marcus Davis. And next to Marcus, making his debut in the MFC, really excited. I had a chance to talk to him about a week or so ago. A great guy, and I'm really excited to see him in the ring. He's going to be taking on Drew Fickett. Brian the Bandit Cobb. Right now, I'd like to introduce the gentleman who's put this show together, as he does every single time out, the president and owner of the Maximum Fighting Championship, Mr. Mark Pavlich.
That's me. Thanks everybody for coming. I'm extremely excited about the show, like usual. It's very easy to get excited when you have these type of fighters in your organization. When we came back from Caesars Windsor, after we sold that out, there was 5,000 people at that venue. I couldn't wait to come back home and do a show here. And when we were on the plane coming home, extremely hungover, we decided that this would be the fight card. We penciled this in. We were deciding these fights as we were flying back, because it's my job to do that now. It's not what I want anymore, it's what the fans want, and the fans want to see these type of fights. Come Friday night, I guarantee this will be the most exciting, prolific fight card our family has ever put together in 11 years. You look at the style matchups of the fights, all the way from the first fight on the undercard to the main event. Like I said, I can't even explain what you're going to see on Friday night. I encourage everybody to come to the show. Like I said, you know, we were on an 18-fight sold-out record for shows. We're still the only show live on television throughout Canada. We just signed a 5-year deal, which puts us on live TV for the next 5 years, and still the only show that is live in Canada. So like I said, I can't thank you enough for coming and all the fighters. You know how I feel about you. As the expression goes, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I love most of you that are on my roster. And the ones that I don't love, I have an utmost respect for you, right? So that's the way it is. You're not in this organization because you don't know how to fight or whatever the case may be. We're all starting to realize now that we all need each other, and that's the best position to be in of all. Okay? Thank you.
We're going to get some words from all the fighters in just a couple of minutes, but I'd like to bring up someone to give us sort of an overview of all of the top fights on Friday night. Please welcome Dave Pavlich.
As you guys all know, the MFC is live Friday, June 10th from right here at the Mayfield Conference Center. It's a perfect intimate setting for a special edition Unplugged series of the Maximum Fighting Championship. This is an exclusive red carpet VIP event. Tickets are still available. You can get them at 780-504-2024. We just released the final batch. And I'm going to steal a couple minutes of your time, and we're going to go over the fight card. This fight card is unreal, ladies and gentlemen. We're starting off the night with a rubber match between Garrett Nybakken and Jevin Marshall, two local guys. They fought once in the Maximum Fighting Championship. Marshall took the win. They fought one in my show called Heat XC, which is a feeder show to the MFC, and Garrett Nybakken won. Now there's a whole bunch of beef, and this is finally going to be ended this Friday, and that's what we're starting the show off with a bang. Then, we've got the MFC debut of Mukai Moromo. Originally from Zimbabwe, now lives right here in Edmonton, Alberta. The kid is a stud. He's got unbelievable stand-up. He comes with extreme intensity, and he comes to rock the show. He's gonna knock somebody out, and we're gonna see that on Friday night. Then, we've got K1 fighter from Sweden, Andreas Spang. This guy likes to throw down. Another guy that likes to throw high kicks, punches, some action. He's taking on a local guy, Cody Kran, 10-3. He'll be making his MFC debut as well. So this is another fight that you're going to see two guys brawl because both guys need to win to stay in the Maximum Fighting Championship. Then we've got Curtis the Demon DeMarche. This guy's the most extreme fighter in the Maximum Fighting Championship. He comes in, he takes people down, he beats people up, and he always comes to fight. Win or lose, this guy comes aggressive, and he comes to put on a show for the fans. We match this card up with guys that come to fight and guys that are going to show some fans some action. And tonight, you're going to see that on Friday night, excuse me. Jamie Toney. This is Boss Rutan's #1 guy. He called us. Boss Rutan called us himself. He's like, guys, you guys want a fighter? This is Jamie Toney. He comes to bang, he's 15-5, and he's facing one of the most unreal fighters that we have in the Maximum Fighting Championship, up-and-comer, 5-0, undefeated from Brazil, Diego Lima. This fight is going to be probably the fight of the night, in my opinion. This is it's getting overshadowed, but a lot of huge fights on this card, and this is definitely a fight to look forward to. Then, we've got Mr. Controversy himself, the wild man, Thomas Denny, coming back to the Maximum Fighting Championship, fighting hometown hero Sheldon Westcott for the second time. This fight was a controversial draw, which ended in a draw, and it ended in a draw. Both guys got mad. Both guys are here. All the jokings aside, the intensity's coming, and Thomas Denny and Sheldon Westcott are finally going to go head-to-head and find out who the real winner is. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Marcus, the Irish Hand Grenade Davis, making his Edmonton debut. His second fight in the Maximum Fighting Championship. He's 1-0 in the MFC. He's got extreme stand-up skills. This guy is a world-class boxer. He comes in, he bangs, he knocks people out. He's a 10-time Fight of the Night winner, and now he's fighting Pete the Secret Weapon Spratt, world-class kickboxer from Texas. He's fought in the Maximum Fighting Championship plenty of time. He's knocked out Luigi Fioravante. He knocks people out, and he's going to try and do the same here. And this fight is a rematch, years in the making. The main event, Now the Maximum Fighting Championship holds the key to the best lightweight in the world. This guy is a machine. He beats guys up at 170 pounds. He beats guys like Josh Koscheck. He beat guys like Kenny Florian. Now he's here in the Maximum Fighting Championship trying to get that strap, and he's right here. Drew Fickett, ladies and gentlemen, the master. And listen, if you guys haven't seen Drew Fickett fight, this guy takes people out. In the last Maximum Fighting Championship, he took out Matt Veach in about 36 seconds. And he's a monster at 155. He is the best lightweight in the world, in my opinion, and you're going to get to see him fight live here in Edmonton. He's taking on top 20 ranked. This guy's no joke. He's going to come here. He's getting overshadowed. He's probably not getting the respect he deserves, and he's looking to finish Drew Fickett off in huge fashion and become the #1 contender for the Maximum Fighting Championship lightweight title. So don't be scared. Come to fight. Come to get your respect, and this is going to be a fight to not miss, ladies and gentlemen. So come out, MFC 30, this Friday, June 10th, right here at the Mayfield Convention Center. Thanks, guys.
All right, we're going to get some words from all of the fighters who are here as well. We're going to start off with the gentleman who will be making his debut on Friday night. He is now living here in Edmonton, originally from Zimbabwe. And we'd like to find out a little bit more about him. We're very anxious to see, I believe, a new and improved Mukai Marama.
Well, everybody knows Mukai Marama. You could just introduce me, but a little bit about me. Originally from Zimbabwe, like you said, I moved to the States for university, track and field scholarship. And accidentally got into martial arts because I was training to stay in shape in track and field. And then that took over my life, and here I am now, dropped out of school and everything. Originally I was a Thai boxer, fought all over the world, Canadian champion, North American champion. I actually grew up watching a couple of his fights on K1. So he was one of my idols coming up. So it's a surreal feeling sitting up here with Peace, Brad, Drew Fickett. I mean, these guys are people I used to watch on TV, and I used to try and emulate them, sitting with them. So very honored to be fighting for the MFC, and here to stay and making it tight.
Thanks, Mukai. I don't know how old Mukai is exactly, but that may make Pete Sprout a little older than he'd like to admit. On to what is certainly the most anticipated rematch in MFC history. As David detailed, a very controversial draw in the last fight. I know both guys were very upset about the way it ended. It started off with a bang with Sheldon Westcott and finished off with some domination from Thomas Denny. So up first to give his thoughts on the rematch. I just saw him down in Las Vegas as a coach, and now he returns as a fighter. Very anxious to see him again. Thomas Wildman Denny.
Hey guys, I just want to thank Mark for bringing me up again. Man, I'm so sick and tired of talking about this last fight, and that fight's over. It's done with. We're both losers, and come Friday night, like I said, I'm just done. I'm ready to get in there. I'm reinvigorated. I'm ready just to put it on Sheldon, so it's going to be a great fight. Don't miss it.
And I know Sheldon spent a lot of time in Las Vegas as well, training for this fight. I believe he's traveled all over the world for different training sessions and sparring partners and helping himself and other fighters get ready. But I think this is the most focused he has ever been for a fight. Very anxious as well to get the memory of that draw out of his mind, and he's definitely shooting for the victory. Sheldon Westcott.
Hey everybody. I feel kind of the same way about the last fight. Kind of sick about talking about it. It's no surprise. Thomas knows what's going to happen. He knows how much someone can improve who's new to the sport in 3 months since our last fight. Has he gotten better as a fighter? Probably. Is he going to get the leaps and bounds that I've had since our last fight? We'll see. I went down to Las Vegas to get ready for this fight. Actually concentrate on just myself, training, getting ready for this fight, getting my weight down. And I had the best camp I've ever had. All I have to worry about is our fight. And every aspect of my game I've improved. And my last fight was probably the worst performance I've ever had in MMA. So if he's trying to gauge my skill on our last fight, he's in some real trouble come Friday night.
See you Friday.
Thanks, Sheldon. This is a fight I'm definitely very excited to see. Two absolute consummate professionals. They've done battle before, and they're ready to do it again. We're going to see the very best, I think, out of both of them. And we're going to start with the gentleman who is now in his 12th year. He's faced a who's who of welterweights around the world, making his 6th appearance in the Maximum Fighting Championship. Again, the 2009 winner of the Knockout of the Year, the secret weapon, Pete Spratt.
Well, it's great to be back in Edmonton. I always enjoy fighting here. Being with the MFC, you know, it means a lot. You know, I'm able to put on a great show, and I think I'm the oldest guy on the card. So that's going to put a date on me. But, you know, I feel good. I feel great. I'm healthy. You know, this is going to be one of the first times that I'm going into a fight that I don't have any animosity toward the guy. I can't find any reason not to like the guy. We've been teammates with Sid Yatong, and, you know, we fought back in, what, I believe it was 07, I think we fought, and he got the best of me that night. It was a great fight, though. And, you know, this is just, you know, it's fitting to be putting this rematch together with the MFC. And, you know, again, Marcus is a great, great fighter. To me, he has no weaknesses. His game is strong, every aspect from the floor to striking. And it's going to be a great challenge. And, you know, he's been fighting several years, some of the top guys. You know, I've had my ups and downs, but, you know, I feel that I'm at my best, and I peaked last week for this fight. And I feel really, really good. I feel really confident. And again, it's weird that I don't have any animosity toward this guy. So it's probably going to feel like I'm out there fighting my brother or something. So, but it's going to be a very interesting matchup. It's going to be a great, great fight. So stay tuned.
I do know from speaking to Pete and Marcus, they do kind of refer to themselves as brothers, but I think it was Pete who told me that sometimes when brothers fight each other, they get the best out of each other. And I know that Marcus is very proud of that win that he does have over Pete. He's also beaten a who's who in the MMA world, like Chris Lytle, Jess Leodon, Shoney Carter. The list goes on and on. He's always an impressive fighter, and looking to make it 2 in a row over Pete Spratt, Marcus the Irish Hand Grenade Davis.
Yeah, thank you everybody. Pretty pumped to be up here. I've never been, that's what's really cool for me, being a guy from a small place like Bangor, Maine, and grew up on, was born on a potato farm in Holden, Maine. And they actually just got their first Walmart a little while ago, so that'll tell you what that's like. I get to travel the world and I get to see different things, and I've never been here. So I'm excited to get out of here and go walk around your big old mall and see what that's like. Burn some calories walking. But, you know, it's hard to add anything to like what Pete said. Pete hit it right on the money. We're not fighting here because we don't like each other. We're not going into this fight like with some kind of vendetta or whatever. I don't even pay attention or even think about our last fight because we're different guys. He's not the same fighter he was then, and neither am I. We've changed so much. We've added things, we've subtracted things. So you can't go off that. I mean, that fight really means nothing going into this fight with us. So, and you know, we're professionals. This is what we do for a living. So, you know, we're going to show up and you know, we both really take it to heart to entertain, and that's what we want to do. You know, we want to have great fights, and that's what we're going to try to do for you guys on Friday night. We're going to try to entertain and put on a spectacular fight.
Thank you, Marcus. And that fight is one half of the co-main event. Our other co-main event on Friday night is the lightweight showdown that everyone is talking about. We are extremely excited to welcome one new 155er and welcome back another one. Both of them are ranked among the very best in the world today. First gentleman I'd like to introduce, this is his first time with the Maximum Fighting Championship. He has a very decorated career in amateur wrestling in college. He continues to coach in college wrestling. restaurateur, teacher, and one of the best lightweights in the world today, Brian Cobb.
I just wanted to start off by thanking Mr. Pavlis for bringing me in. I know it's a great organization with a great history, and Friday night I get to fight a great opponent. And a lot of people said, I'm one of the higher ranked lightweights that people don't really know about, but rankings don't win fights, fighters win fights. And if I want to be the best in the world, I got to fight guys like Drew Fickett. Been dominant in 2 weight classes, fought a who's who and beaten a who's who. So I'm really excited, and I was pretty fortunate to have such a good camp coming off of a good win a few weeks back. And all the other things that Scott here mentioned, owning a bar, being a teacher, all those things have actually sort of subsided in the last few weeks to really contribute to having such a good camp, getting ready to fight someone as impressive as Drew Fickett. So I'm excited to match my skills with him and put on a great show for the fans here at Edmonton. I just appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. Not much left to be said about this gentleman other than he is a spectacular submission artist. He is making his 2nd appearance in the MFC. As Dave mentioned, he's got a list of victims on his resume that can be beat by there's nobody in the world who's beat the quality of fighters that Drew Fickett has beaten. 30 career submission victories, looking for a 2nd in the MFC and 1 step closer to a title shot. The Knight Rider, Drew Fickett.
Good to be back here. Good to see Thomas and some of the other fighters from last time. I really enjoyed fighting for the Maximum Fighting Championship. I really felt like I was at home. That being said, thanks Mark, really appreciate it. I'm glad you found me such a good opponent, Brian Cobb. It's an honor to fight you, Brian. It really is. I really take a lot of value in fighting some of the best fighters. And I consider Brian Cobb one of the best fighters out there. Great endurance, great wrestling. I love the way he fights. I'm in the best shape of my life right now. I'm actually only 9 pounds overweight. That's like first. I usually cut about 15 or 20, 4 hours before I step on the scale, which has been killing me. But I'm in the greatest shape I've ever been in. I got a great team around me with Team Scrub. I've been sober 6 months and 8 days. Praise be to God, my Savior, Lord, and Jesus Christ. I'm fighting for a lot more than just titles here. I'm fighting for my life. It feels good. It feels really good to be doing what I love. And I'm just grateful for the opportunity to step in there and fight mixed martial arts for the MFC. Thank you.
Thank you, Drew. Something else about Drew Fickett too, I know you mentioned he's got a new team, but what I think is very cool about Drew is the new training regimen that he has, where everything is basically done right in his backyard, hanging heavy bags from the trees, and rolling on mats in the backyard, spraying down the dirt to get the dust down. It's an unbelievable story. So we're very impressed to see Drew Fickett against Brian Cobb. It's going to be an outstanding fight. For all of the media people here, all the fighters will be sticking around. Mark will be here. There is lunch, so please help yourselves. And we look forward to seeing all of you on Friday night here at Mayfield. Thank you very much.